Alright, so recently I was working on a gear review for my newest GoPro, the Hero 12, and I wanted to include an old clip from when I first started filming back in 2013. Well, I discovered an old hard drive that had a bunch of clips on it from 2013 through 2015, and you haven't seen any of them before. So I decided to do a Rage Fishing Steelhead Archive series. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorite clips from that era, but keep in mind, all of them were filmed with this camera right here, which is a GoPro Hero 2. These only filmed in up to 1080 resolution, which is high definition, but it's not the 4K resolution that I currently film in, which is 4 times the resolution of 1080. Also, the audio quality on the Hero 2 was horrible because these old GoPros were completely encased in plastic, so I have to turn the audio up to 400% just to hear anything. So I'm going to do some voiceovers, add some music, and try to keep it interesting. Now, if you like the video, make sure to comment below. If I get enough positive feedback, I'll keep sharing some of these clips along with other Steelhead content during this winter Steelhead season. So let's watch episode 1, The Hole of Misfortune. Here I'm fishing with my first G Loomis float rod. It was a 10.5 foot light power moderate action paired up with a Shimano Stratic 3000 and straight Berkeley XL monofilament. I had a Hawken 135 Nightmare jig tied on with a Thill Turbomaster float. Now, this hole never had a name until now, the Hole of Misfortune, because in 2013 it created all kinds of problems for me. Not to mention, I hooked 16 steelhead in this spot in 2013, and I've probably only hooked a few since. Something must have changed in the holding water. After a few casts, I adjusted depth by moving the fixed float up the line to allow the jig to dig a little deeper. Steelhead lay near the bottom, they won't hit what they can't see. The bobber goes down. I act fast by sweeping my rod tip upstream while taking up the slack in the line, and it was fish on. The steelhead fought hard to stay in the heavy current. It took me a few minutes to fight it over to my side of the river. This was before I had come up with my net system, so I had to grab my net which I had left on the bank. As you can see, I almost fell right there. It's tough wading in this spot due to all the large boulders on the bottom of the river. I finally got the fish close, so it was time to grab the net. Now again, this was before I had come up with my net magnet and leash system, so I was just holding the net between my legs. The fish ran, so I attempted to throw the net on the log, but I missed and it got swept downstream. As you can see, I didn't even know it. Here's the point I realize my net is gone. Time to go to Plan B. Yes, it's really gone, Barry. Plan B was to work the steelhead over into the slower water so tailing it would be easier. It's a wild fish, so it has to be quickly released. What a disaster. Time to go find my net, which I did on this occasion. It was caught in a tree limb just downstream. This time I didn't start the camera until I was hooked up, which was common back then when I only had one battery. I had the same rod and reel setup as I did in the last video clip and still fishing a Hawken Nightmare jig. I had noticed this was a dime bright hatchery fish, and the thought of tasty steelhead overrode my care for my G Loomis float rod. Listen close. Yep, that was the sound of my G Loomis breaking. For what it's worth, that's the only G Loomis rod I've ever broke. Well, was it worth it? I don't know, but that's one fine looking hatchery steelhead. If you want to see more old clips, make sure to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.